It's a Gamesrob Quickplay of Gears of War 4. 5 things I like about it, 1 I don't. Okay, number 1 is it looks amazing, incredibly amazing, from the pyrotechnic explosions to the skies, the weather, the enemies look awesome, and we'll go back onto that later. There's gigantic enemies as well. But it's just got it all. It is fast-paced action. There's never not much to do, and there's guns aplenty, as number 2 says there. You've got static guns, you've got machine guns, you've got sniper rifle type guns, you've got pistols, and there's loads of them. And they're fun to use, and they look amazing, and they do some damage on these quite hard to kill enemies. I mean, some of these robots, that's what's good about it as well. I like it throws in some quite tricky robots. It throws in, you've got these sort of locusts, the usual enemy, this sort of monster enemies. You've got large, giant sort of enemies in it. It's got a vast array of everything. It's non-stop action like these. Look at these things. They sort of fly through the air, land, and annoy you. But this particular level, you've got this hammer gun, sort of hammer fist gun or something it's called, and you aim at, and from above it sort of blasts into a million pieces, which is great. As I say, the level design is amazing, and there's the scenarios like this one here, from what you just saw to this. You've got like burning forests, you've got ice levels, you've got sort of futurist industrial level. It goes all over the place and always keeps it fresh and exciting sort of thing. So this game is well worth playing. If you've played any of them, that's the thing, if you've got PlayStation you can't play these, but you've got games that the Xbox hasn't got to sell as usual. There's the exclusives on each console, so you know, unless you've got both consoles, you are going to miss out on some classics. So that's what I do every now and then. I have a machine, I play it for a year or two, or until I fancy something else, and change my machine completely different. So normally PlayStations for the last few years, and now I've gone onto Xbox. So I'm playing this on the Xbox Series S, and I'm just going to change over to an Xbox Series X, which obviously is slightly more powerful, but I really enjoyed what I've played on the S. Got no complaints really with it, as in overly memory is probably the only thing I can moan about. But get back to this, we're coming up to a fourth thing here now. Great storyline. There is a great storyline running through it. Obviously I'm not going to show you much here, but there's always something to wrap the action up. Normally at the beginning of the level there's some kind of thing going on, leads you into some kind of action part of the level, and it's just done so well. That's the thing with these sort of top games, these sort of standout showbox games, if you like. They are going to have it all, and they make an extra effort on these, because these are the ones they're wanting you to buy the machine for, so they're going to put the extra effort in. And I must admit, it really shows in this game. I'm only about 4 or 5 chapters in, or something like that, on this, but I don't know how many there are, but I think there's quite a few. But I've played, as I say, haven't completed the 5th. I've kind of come back to that. It must be 3/4 in. Thought I'd have a little change, go through this one. I never did play this one. I think it was an Xbox One this was on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And if you just want, you haven't really got to think that much. There's no puzzle that I remember in it, no puzzle-based bits that I can think of. It's purely just run and gun blasting. And look at us, this number 5, super massive enemies. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's ludicrous. Again, this one we use that hammer fist gun. I think it's called that. I'm going to go with it. It sounds good. And you keep hitting it with that, and obviously the way enemies are coming at you. So keep it going, keep going. And literally, he can't take much of that. He won't like it. Boom! He's gone, and the enemy's dead. One thing I didn't like, one thing I don't like with these is you can't just randomly jump when you fancy. It's only when you go up to an obstacle you press A and it will jump over it. It's not that you can jump at random when you fancy doing it. Now, not a big niggle, but I always find when I'm walking around, I don't know, it's designed like that for a reason. way they design the levels, but that's the only thing I don't like about them. Anyway, I'm off to play more games. I'll see you soon. This was Gamesrob.